Hello, we first want to welcome you to Social Studies 30-1 online anytime, so hopefully you're in the right place. Your instructors for the fall semester are going to be Carrie Hillgartner and Tracy Arbuckle. There's our pictures there, and you will get an idea of how you get to these links to either email us or book your meeting once we get to the navigation part of this video. Also want to start off by having a treaty acknowledgement. So Norquest College acknowledges that we are on the traditional lands referred to as Treaty 6 territory, and that the City of Edmonton and all the people here are beneficiaries of this peace and friendship treaty. Treaty 6 encompasses the traditional territories of numerous Western Canadian First Nations, as well as the Métis people who've called this area home for many years. Norquest College is dedicated to ensuring that the spirit of Treaty 6 is honored and respected. So for some of you, this might be your first online anytime course, and we like to just go over, what that all involves. So while some people traditionally start at the start of a semester, people can be starting this course at any time throughout the 365-day calendar. What you need to know is from the day that you start, you have 20 weeks to complete. Okay? This is a self-paced asynchronous course. So what that means is you work on your own time with your own schedule when you have time available. There is never a time where we will meet as a class or a cohort online at a specific time for any sort of instruction. So all of the instruction is actually included within the modules themselves, and you work through them at your own pace. It's also recommended that you have a computer when doing this course. It's very difficult to use a mobile device, specifically when you're having to write long written assignments. Therefore, that's why we encourage you to have a computer. One thing we like to point out as well is that online anytime is not for everyone. It requires a lot of self-motivation, as you will not have any hard deadlines for assignments due from your instructors. Basically, we say, here's your start date, here's your end date, and it's up to you to get everything completed. If you're someone who works really well with a schedule and you need a bit of a plan, feel free to book a meeting with an instructor and we can kind of guide you through some potential schedules that might work for you. This is the textbook that you will need for the course, Perspectives on Ideology. It's also provided as readings within the Moodle course itself, but if you're someone who likes to have the actual textbook, this is what it looks like, and this is what it's called. The main components of this course is we are talking about ideology, the principles of ideology, where these ideologies fit on spectrums. A big chunk of this course is how does liberalism start? Where does it get to? Where is it today? And then we finish off with citizenship. These are the different units, so identity and ideology, foundations of ideology, emergence of classical liberalism, responses to liberalism, rejections of classical liberalism. Then we talk about the evolution of modern liberalism, the viability of contemporary liberalism, which is what we are living in today, but we might even be moving past that now, ideology, and citizenship. It's important to note that each of these units is going to have two sections, a concepts section, which is really going to go into the lessons, the meat of the ideologies. And then the skills section is going to work on a written assignment with specific skills with response to the concepts learned in the previous section. We'll see what that looks like again when we get to the navigation piece. Okay, then we want to know, how are you being graded in this course? So your written responses are worth 40%, your reading comprehensions are worth 30%, and the final exam is worth 30%. There is no midterm for this course. Just want you to have a look here too. When you have a look at your course dashboard, you'll see that you'll have two of these progress bars and it'll tell you how many things you have complete. And when you wave your mouse over them, it'll let you know where you're standing in terms of progress. And again, we'll look at that when we get to the navigation section of this video. Just so you know, I'll show this again when we get to the navigation, is if you're looking for your grades, it's click this purple button, it opens up this menu, and then you can see what potentially your grades are here. And so your final current grade will always be at the bottom, but just know that this is a live grade. As you complete things, this is going to change. But if you want to see how you did on specific items, it'll be there as well. Okay, so there's going to be a few major assignments. One is going to be a source analysis. The other ones are position papers. Those are worth the most percentage when it comes to your written assignments. And then your final exam, just know that it's a two-part exam. The first part is a written response, and the second part is a reading comprehension. And those are each worth equal amounts out of your 30%. A lot of people do ask for online anytime. When do we write these exams? We write these exams whenever you're ready. So this is an online anytime course. So you pick a time and day that works for you, and you go ahead and write them. So you don't need to book a time with an instructor to write the exams. They are not proctored. Again, you just look at your own schedule and write them when you have a big chunk of time and are able to sit down and give it your attention. If and when you are ready to book a meeting with instructor, just want to give you a quick heads up of what happens and what it looks like when you do get into a meeting. So we will be using Teams in order to do our meetings, and you'll be given a Teams link when you request a meeting with us. And this is what the interface will look like. So there's a few things up here. You can turn on your camera, turn on your microphone. If you wanted to share your screen with us, this is the share button. And if you need to write a chat to us, so say for example your microphone or something's not working, you can type into the chat, my microphone's not working, can you help? And we can go from there. And then if you ever need to leave the meeting, you would just click the leave button. So the next thing we're going to do is have a look at the actual course and what that looks like and how we can navigate. All right, so this is what the course is going to look like. So on the right hand side, you'll notice that the instructors' names are here. If you ever need to send us an email, our email links are here. And if you ever want to book a meeting with us to either go over an assignment, you have a question about something, you need help creating a schedule, you can just book a meeting by clicking this link. Just be sure to use your Norquest email when you book it. Just makes things a little bit easier for all of us. Okay, up here is that purple button that allows you to have a look at your grades. So just know that that's there. We are in the orientation section right now. Have a good look at your guide. On the right-hand side of the guide, there's some really good information on the right-hand side, so have a really good look at that. Just want to point out is, yes, you can click your back button to get back, but you can also click these breadcrumbs to get back. So I'm going to go back to the main page here, close up the orientation, and then as we said previously, is that each unit is going to have a concept section and a skills section. So in the concept section, there's going to be some lessons about that specific unit, and then there'll be a reading comprehension quiz. And then there'll be a skills section. So there'll be a workshop teaching you how to do a specific writing skill, and you'll do an assignment and apply that information that you learned. So that's how it's going to work for every single unit. And then down here is your final exam. A few other important pieces of information are down on the right-hand side here. Those progress bars, again, if you just put your fingers over it right now, it's clear that I haven't completed any of these things. If I had, they would turn green. So this is a really good place to have a look for that. And then some other links for you down here. So if you have any questions about anything in the course, please reach out to myself or Carrie, and we can hopefully help you out. Other than that, good luck and welcome to Social 30-1.